Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. For today's video I'm going to be showing you how to get this super cool toned gray and glittery look, which is a style I never do, so let's hop into it. So to start off, we have perfectly cleansed skin, and today I'm going to be mixing my two Fenty Beauty foundations to get a color match that matches a little bit closely to my tanned body. So I'm mixing 220 and 150 together. I could have done a little more of the 150 shade as it got a little darker on me, but I'll just correct that with a little bit of my new favorite Bobbi Brown concealer in the sand color, and just putting a few dots on the dark circles of my eyes to cover up those bad boys. I like to do a dotting technique rather than the whole swiping triangle effect, just because you honestly don't need that much concealer just to brighten up the skin and get rid of dark circles. All you need is a few dots in key areas. Then going in with this e.l.f. brow pencil in taupe, which I've never used before. I've honestly never used any of the e.l.f. eyebrow products, but this is the first time I'm trying it out, and to be honest, it's actually pretty good. I do, however, wish it was a little less creamy and a little more of a fine tip applicator, but otherwise the color was super perfect and it glided on really smoothly. But like I said, the tip of the crayon is just a little too thick to really draw on those hairs that I like to do, but otherwise it really created a nice smooth and fluffy looking brow, which generally is my style. So after I filled out the desired shape and filled in the blank spaces, I just went in and buffed it out with the spoolie side. Then I cleaned up the bottom with a concealer brush and a little bit left over of that foundation, just so that it's not too fluffy on the underside of my eyebrow. And then I just went in and blended it out with my finger and had a sip of coffee. Then taking this sleek face contouring kit in medium 885, I'm using the dark contouring shade to contour my nose today, and surprisingly the color is actually really good to contour the nose. And if any of you guys know me, I love using eyebrow palettes to contour my nose specifically. I don't know why, it just works really well for me. Then going in and picking up that on my contouring brush from ETUDE House, I'm just applying that in the areas that I want to contour today, so a little bit under the cheekbones and then the leftover along the jawline, just to get more definition in those areas, because that's just where I like to do it. And then I like to take whatever is left over on the brush and just blend it down the neck so I get a clean transition, and then buff it all in so it's nice and subtle. And then also taking whatever is left over and applying a little bit of that onto the hairline. Then going in with this nude exposed palette, which I feel like I haven't really featured on my channel yet. It's by BYS and I absolutely love it. I think I showed it in my 2017 favorites video. It's literally a killer eyeshadow palette. So if you guys live in Australia or in the Philippines or anywhere on that side of the world, I think you can get your hands on the BYS palette. I'll try to find it on Amazon for any of you guys who are on the other side of the world, like the US side, Europe, and Canada. You might be able to get it on Amazon, but otherwise it's an amazing like essentials palette. So I'm just taking the really cool toned, somewhat bluish gray matte shade and using that on my eye, and then for the transition I just used a nice taupe brown, and then taking that bluish gray shade again on a very fine flat liner brush. I'm just lining that on the lower lash line, then taking the shimmery gray shade, I'm using that on the inner corner and just blending it into that previous gray shade as well, just so that it blends seamlessly and I have a nice shimmer base. Then going in and taking the darkest brown color, I'm going to be using that with a small pencil brush and just using it to kind of deepen the crease, but I don't want to deepen it too much because I don't want this look to be too dark and heavy. After that, I'm going to be taking the BALM's Merry Luminizer highlighter, and I'm going to be using that to highlight my brow bone and my inner corners of my eyes. This is the first time I'm using this highlighter, and to be honest, I don't really know why it was so hyped for so long. I feel like the Becca highlighter is way better, and especially my Bobbi Brown one. So I really don't know what the hype was all about this. I mean, it's good, but it's not like wow. And then going back into that BYS palette, I'm just taking a banana shade cream color and using that to mattify the nose bridge in the center. Then taking these BYS glitters and the adhesive gel that comes with it, I'm just applying the adhesive as the base onto the inner portion of my eye, and then just literally placing the glitters on top with tweezers. Then going in with my favorite DUP Silky liquid eyeliner in brown black, I'm using that to create a wing only on the outer portion of my eye. So starting off with it really thick and then making it really thin towards the center. Then going in with my favorite Proof 10 Auto Pencil by Etude House in the brown shade. I'm just using that to tightline my eyes. And I just realized I really need to get a new tightlining brown color, so I've been using this for years. Then taking these new eyeliner lashes in Opulent, I cut them in halves so I can apply them as sets. So applying one of the halves first to the inner portion, then the second half to the outer portion. This just gives more of a customizable shape because I always have a hard time with false eyelashes getting them to match my eye shape perfectly. Then just topping it all off with a really simple mascara. And after, I'm going to set the key areas of my face, so the inner portions where I get oily, with this CHACOTT setting powder, which is really nice because it has some shimmers in it, so it gives a little bit of a glowy effect while also having a matte effect. Then taking the BALM's Balm Springs in Full Swing blush and applying that to my cheekbones, and then also going back in after with the LOUMANIZER highlighter and applying that to my cheekbones as well. Then going in with Maybelline's Color Sensation Lip Liner in Magnetic Mauve. I'm using this to line my lips today, just all around, and then kind of blending it inwards after so it's not such a harsh line. Then going in with the KYLIE Cosmetics Vacation Edition Liquid Lips in the shade Commando, which is my all-time favorite. I think this was in my favorites for 2017 video as well. It's killer. It's like the perfect color. And there you have it. That's it for this look. It's actually really simple to achieve. As long as you have those glitters, you can pretty much do anything. Anyway, I hope you guys loved it. Remember to subscribe and thumbs up this video if you did, and comment down below if you like glitter looks. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Bye!